There we are. What is up, guys? My name is Chris. Hopefully you're having a great day. I am a fitness expert, weight loss transformation coach. I help people all around the world lose weight without giving up and forfeiting fun, fitness, and family events. And so here today, I'm going to show you why using your age as the reason why your metabolism stinks is really not what it is. And I'm going to share with you exactly what is going on. So you're going to want to make sure that you get to the end, because I'm going to outline all of it. I'm going to outline the science. I'm going to show you how it works, why it works, all these things, so you can be most informed, so you don't have to fall into this pitfall. And if you are here right now, hey, at least you have a solution to the problem. I would hate for you to not have a solution, think that it's one thing. Try to understand that it's not age, and figure out that age is something you can't change, but there's something you can change that yields way better results. And so with that being said, we're going to get a little bit nerdy. So follow me here into a little bit of nerdiness. I'm going to give you the easiest way I can explain it for all of these things. Okay. So what is metabolism? Okay. Metabolism is the amount of calories that your body uses. And we're going to use it as one that uses age in factoring for metabolism, which is called your basal metabolic rate. It's roughly 70% of the calories that you burn every single day comes from this number, unless you exercise for like 3 hours at a time, which you probably don't. Okay. So most of your calories come from this, and this measurement uses four things: male or female, age, height, and weight. So what I went ahead and did is I took, and see if I'm going to zoom in because it is kind of hard to see, especially if you're on your phone. So I used a 175-pound, 5'4" woman in my example. Okay. And so if we were to scooch over, and all I'm doing is I'm changing the age. So I use the same equation here. See, 4.35, 4.7, 4.765, 5.1. This is known as the Harris-Benedict equation. And all I did is see how these have the number signs there. That means that those are staying the same. And A2 is this cell, which is the age. A3, A4. And you can see year over year, okay, it changes by about 5 calories every year. This one's just 4.6, about 4.8. This one's about 3.7, and you can see sometimes, I think maybe down here, no, it's still about 5. It's literally 0.4% every single year. 0.4%. 0.4% is what changes your age your calories every single year, which is roughly, in this instance, 5 calories. Not a lot, turns out, not a lot. So if it's not age, if it's not being a lady, what could it be, right? Because I've heard this too, and maybe this is you. Maybe you're like, I've stayed the same weight for so long, but my metabolism seems to slow down. What could it be? And the logical thing is, if I've stayed the same weight and I've been doing the same thing over and over again, it's got to be my age. It's got to be that. Well, I'm here to tell you it's actually not your age. And what it actually is your muscle mass. So check this out. Let me hurry and hide some of these so I can kind of explain this a little bit better. All right. Okay. So I took the age, and I took the same person, 175, and I just said, okay, somebody's at 23% body fat, or of your weight, 23% of your body fat of you is fat, which is pretty good for a woman to start at 175 at 30. That's actually very good. That means they have 40 pounds of fat and 134.75 pounds of lean mass. Lean mass is everything but fat tissue. So think hair, skin, nails, water, poop, pee, all these things. Okay. So every single year, this is the amount of 0.004% of what's called sarcopenia, from lack of exercise and generating muscle mass. So what is sarcopenia? Sarcopenia is as you age, your muscle mass will go down definitely due to lack of exercise, But just because as you're older, you are not doing the cropping, you are not doing the sowing, you are preparing for burial, and you don't need the muscle mass. And also your hormones, it's really hard when you're not exercising to maintain muscle mass over the age of 30. So your body starts slowing down every decade. You lose between 3 and 5% of your muscle mass if you don't exercise, right? So we're going to assume that somebody that hasn't been exercising for years or doesn't understand how to exercise properly to build muscle, which is the vast majority of people, most people are doing it wrong, is that they're losing 0.004 pounds of lean mass every year, which means if they're staying the same weight, but their lean mass is going down, what would have to be happening? They're gaining fat at the same time. So you're going to lose 0.53 pounds of fat here, but you're going to gain 0.539 pounds of lean mass over here, but you're going to gain that in fat. You could see literally the math lines up. And you keep doing that over and over and over again. And let's say we get to 58, you're at 120 pounds of lean mass and 54 pounds of fat mass. And that, by the way, equals this divided by this is 31% body fat, which coincidentally is the average or slightly below average of people that join my program to start. And most of them are between 170 pounds and 230 pounds. So this is relative to somebody who's starting out in my program. Okay, so here's what happens is every year you're losing a little bit. This column here is going to indicate the amount of calories you are losing in your basal metabolic rate every single day from losing that muscle mass. Okay, so every day after 31, you're losing 0.4%, which is 0.004 of your muscle mass. That goes into how many calories you're burning, because that's a part of your basal metabolic rate, which then in turn means you're losing 25 calories per day. And that might not seem like a lot, but if you extrapolate that out over 365 days, that's a ton. That's a ton. And so what I went ahead and did, because the second thing is I'm gaining weight, and I'm staying the same weight, my clothes aren't fitting, and I'm eating the same stuff. Well, let's look and see what that actually looks like. So this one is the literal, just the numbers from the other slide, okay? If they're eating the same 1,500 calories, let's just say, assume they're eating the same thing over and over and over again, 1,500 calories in a perfect world. If the person at 30 would do that, they would actually lose almost 8 pounds of fat over the course of a year because they burn this much. That means you take what you eat minus what you burn every day. That gives you 76 calories. You multiply that by 365 days, and you divide it by how many calories there are in a pound of fat. Oh no. Okay. Then when you lose the 25 calories, we subtract it, do the same thing, and look at, you're losing 4.75 pounds. But you can see as this goes on, maybe this was you too. Maybe you're like, I actually was able to eat more and not lose it. But check this out, is that by year from 30 to year 33 of not exercising, as you lose muscle mass, you're losing 77 calories per day. Now, over the course of a year, you're actually adding 15 pounds, 15 calories, which means you're adding 2 pounds of fat to you. 2 pounds of fat. And if you look here, pretty dang close to 2 pounds of fat, but you look relatively the same. 2 pounds of fat is nothing. But then the next year, 4 pounds from the jump. And let's look, this one, the math doesn't quite add up because there's two separate things, two different dialogues. But anyway, it does work. Both of them are correct, and they're hard to make both correct. I'm not here to make the video for that, okay? But you see how eating the same thing starts making you gain fat and lose muscle mass, right? If we were to take this again, watch this. this, what you burn, minus what you're losing. This is just age. This is what you're losing from muscle mass from what you eat. Now you're adding 14 pounds of fat. You see how this thing can dramatically change. And this also could be the reason why, like, I've never had to worry about my weight. And I don't know what happened, but after X time, things start slowing down. Yes, it's exactly why. It's because you lost muscle mass and you're eating the same thing. You can even be eating good stuff. Like, check this out. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's change this. Let's change it to the magical 1200 number, right? And let's say you are, I don't know, 40, let's go 42, okay? Equals this minus this minus this. You can see you're eating 1,200 calories and barely losing weight. Now, this doesn't take into account fitness and exercise and walking and fitness. And fitness, by the way, does not mean muscle building. They're two separate things. That does not do the same thing. They do a little bit, but without conscious effort into muscle building, you will not do it. But after the age of 42, look what happens, man. Here, minus this, minus this. Now you're gaining weight eating 1,200 calories per day. This is the problem, okay? So the problem is not your age. Your age is a factor, but you can see from the age of 42, let me go back to my thing here. From the age of 30 to 42, that has only changed 60 calories. 60, not much. If you're still eating the 1,500 calories, you would still be losing weight, granted at a very, very slow weight, or maintaining weight at a very, very tight schedule. But the real culprit is lack of muscle mass. And boot camp ain't doing that. Yoga's not doing that. Zumba ain't doing that. Bar ain't doing that. Pilates ain't doing that. Those are fitness classes, which is awesome, but they are not building muscle at least a decent rate. On top of that, you're probably not eating enough food to build muscle without also gaining so much fat that you stop because you don't like the way you look. You see how they're in this conundrum here. We're in this little, like, what do we do? What do we do? And so if you're unsure of what to do, let me help you, okay? Let me show you the ropes here. Let me give you the things that you need so you don't run into this, okay? Because it's not a matter of if you run into this by not exercising, by eating good foods, I'm eating healthy. Like, those things don't matter. Is it, are you eating the right amounts of the things you need to eat to get the result? It's like, do you have the right pieces to make a pizza? If you have sprinkles and frosting, you're never going to make a pizza because pizza doesn't have sprinkles and frosting on it. It's got tomato paste and tomato sauce, marinara and cheese and pepperonis and bread and like the crust. You will never, ever, ever make a pizza with sprinkles and frosting. It's just not how it works, okay? So with that being said, all you got to do, so I can show you the ropes, so I can get you the results that you want, so you get out of the cycle, because I promise you, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but a time of not doing the proper things, you will get there. You will become the person that says, I'm eating good foods. I don't know why I'm not losing. I'm going to the gym. I don't know why I'm not getting the result. It's not that you're not working hard. It's not that your effort is for naught. It's just not the right thing. You can bake a pizza as hard as you want. If you put frosting and sprinkles on it, it ain't a pizza. Make sense? If that makes sense, comment below. Make sure you share this video if you found it helpful. Also, if you're watching this on any of the platforms, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to me. That way we can get this stuff out to more people so that they don't have to run into the problems that they might be facing, okay? All I want to do is serve and help. Also, if you click down below, you'll see a place where you can fill out a breakthrough form, go over your problems, see what we got, see what I can do to help you out. If it's my program's solution, man, I would love that. If it's not, I will point you in the right direction. I want to see you crush it. If it's with me, I'd be very blessed. It would be great to work with you. If it's not, I would love to see you be successful somewhere else. Sweet. That's it for me. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.